Let's go, family, on your feet. Clap those hands. Clap those hands. People on your feet, let's go. Let's give it up for the graduates of 2026, let's go. Oh yeah, let's go. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen. right, give it up one more time. And give it up for our 2026 graduates, come on. Yeah.
LACCD, are you here? LACCD, LACCD, are you here? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2026 Black Graduate Celebration.
Good afternoon, everybody. One more time, let's give it up for our drummers and our dancers. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Dr. Hanan Ju, and I will be one of your co-hosts today.
Clap it up, Dr. Ju. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Kalinda Green from Pierce College, and I will be another one of your hosts this afternoon.
All right, so to start us right, like we would if we were on the continent, we wanted to start this program with an African libation. So if Ms. Rochelle McKeevy could join us on stage to start us off with the libation. Thank you.
Greetings, everyone, graduates, welcome. Today I have the honor to lead us in the tradition of pouring of libations. But before I start, we have an African tradition that before we start any gathering, any events such as this, we ask permission from our elders to start. We see elders with great respect, with great honor for their wisdom, for their guidance. So all of our elders in this space, our elders over here, do I have permission to start? Thank you. So the tradition, the sacred African tradition of pouring libations, we do it to honor and remember our ancestors. Those whose shoulders we stand on, those who fought, who persevered, who sacrificed to make sure that we could be here today to have an event such as this, to celebrate excellence, to celebrate achievements, and to celebrate accomplishments. And so that is why we are here. I want to ground us in this tradition with understanding the elements. So here I have the water. The water represents life, purity. It says that water has no enemies. And so we pour water into a plant which represents Mother Earth. Mother Earth, so we are nourishing Mother Earth, and in return, Mother Earth will sustain us and enrich us. And so is the cycle. And so is the cycle of our ancestors and the living. And so with that, one last piece is that with every supplication and honor, we will say the word Ashe. You say that with me. Ashe. It is from the Yoruba language of West Africa, and it means so it is, or it shall be. And so we will say that after every honor. So let's begin. First, I give honor to the Most High, our Creator, our Source, God, from whom life and blessings flow, who created us so uniquely with intention, purpose, and love. And with that we say, I pour for our first African civilization, the birthplace of humanity, the motherland. For our earliest ancestors, who were innovators and builders, who were healers, craftsmen, who lived in brilliance, who lived thriving and were wealthy. For them we say, I pour for the millions of ancestors who were kidnapped, stolen, enslaved, those who died and endured horrors of the Baha America's heartbroken and grief-stricken because they were stripped from their loved ones, their daughters, their sons, their mothers, their fathers. For them we say, I pour for those who said, not another day. Time and time again, risked their lives so that freedom could be possible. Harriet Tubman, Queen Nani, we say. I pour for those ancestors whose names we will never know, who were never written in the history books. For them we say.
I pour for those who use their words and their writings to fight oppression, to fight enslavement, those who reminded us of who we are and those who helped us heal. Frederick Douglass, Ida B. Wells, James Baldwin, Toni Morrison, Maya Angelou, we say. I honor our ancestors who were entrepreneurs and philanthropists who made $1 out of 15 cents. Madam C.J. Walker, Clara Brown, Biddy Mason, we say. I honor those who resisted in silence and resisted out loud, who fought for human rights and civil rights. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, John Lewis, Marcus Garvey, Rosa Parks, Shirley Chisholm, we say. I pour for our ancestors who were gone too soon, whose lives continue to move us to action to demand justice and to end police brutality. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice, we say. I now call for you to invite and to honor your ancestors, those who guided and made a difference in your life. So I will start, and then I want you to say out loud your ancestors so we can give them honor. Mario McKeevy, Ashe. Say their names loud. Ashe. Ashe. Lastly, I pour for our future, for those yet to be born. May they know our names, may they feel our impact, and may we leave them with a legacy so strong that they too will stand on our shoulders. And with that, we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe-o.
Thank you very much, Rochelle. And moving us right along, I just wanted to invite all of you to follow with me as we do our land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that we gather on the unceded ancestral lands of the Tongva, Tatavian, Sarona, Kish, and Chumash peoples. We honor their elders and descendants, past, present, and emerging, and recognize that their continuing stewardship of their lands and waters. Thank you.
And so before we move on in the program, I just have a quick housekeeping note for all of our esteemed graduates that are here with us. This afternoon, after the program has ended, we will have food and libation and photo booths and all kinds of things. However, we are going to disseminate the meal tickets after the processional. So if you leave early, you will not be able to get a meal ticket. So please do remain in line in the processional and you will get your meal ticket on the way out. Okay, thank you. So with that being said, I'm gonna move on now and invite up our amazing songstress, Ivana Barlow, who is going to bless us with Lift Every Voice.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven rings. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the presence has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, Thou who hast by Thy might led us into the light. Keep us forever in the path we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met Thee. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget Thee. Shadow beneath my hands, may we forever stand true to our God, true to our God, true to our God, true to our native land. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Ms. Barlow. Yes, please be seated. And with that, I have the pleasure of bringing up to the stage for words of welcome and recognition, Dr. Regina Smith.
Thank you, Dr. Hanan Truth. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? Congratulations, class of 2026. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. You all did it. Yes. My name is Dr. Regina Smith, and I have the honor and the pleasure of being the senior advisor to our chancellor, Dr. Alberto Roman. I am his advisor on equity and social justice. I wanted to thank my bosses, the chancellor, and the Los Angeles Community College District Board of Trustees for giving me this experience and the opportunity to serve as your equity and social justice advisor. I am very grateful to my ancestors and all their survival mechanisms that ensured that I would get to be here today in this space. Today, I want to acknowledge my 93-year-old mother, who's standing on the front row. Wave your hand, stand up. It is my mom's strength, sacrifice, love, and commitment to me that has allowed me to become the woman that I am today. So I honor her and all that she has allowed me and encouraged me to be. You all are carrying the crowns of all our ancestors. You are the hopes and the dreams and the experiences of our ancestors. I get it. There are days when you feel demeaned, overlooked, degraded, underestimated, and disrespected. I know what that feels like. Our ancestors know what that feels like as well. Some people may want to tell you to stop and give up. They want you to believe that your AA degree and your certificate is as far as you can go. But to stop and give up, that is a betrayal to our ancestors and all they fought for, cried for, died for, and worked for. We must honor, fight, and continue our education. I don't know if you know, but I attended George Washington High School, just a few blocks from here. Yes, I did. My mom told me, family calls me Gina, Gina, Washington High School is not preparing you to go to college. She says, so I want you to go to high school and college at the same time. I'm like, Mom, really? Here I am, senior class vice president, just got voted most unforgettable, just got voted most dedicated. I want to stay at Washington. She said, no, you have to attend Washington and you have to attend LA Southwest College at the same time. So what do you do when Mama tells you what to do? That's right, you just do it. So I lived through an era where we had to walk through concentrated gang area coming from Washington High School, among other things that I won't discuss, where I saw some of my dearest friends, neighborhood friends, hanging out outside Southwest College, and I would speak to them, they would speak to me, they know who I am, and I did it. I walked from Washington High School to LA Southwest College every other day with my head held high, proud to be a general, proud to come to Southwest College. All I had was faith, hope, and a dream, hoping that one day this little girl, this young lady, would be able to be something and do something and be better than my environment that I was raised in. I had faith that God had something better for me. I didn't know it, but I believed it. My mom also returned to LA Southwest College, and she told me, I want to be a role model so you can know the possibilities that are available to you. If I can do it, you know you can do it too. And she showed me that anything is possible. So I did. I graduated from Washington High School. I was one of their first dual enrollment students under George McKenna's leadership. And so I had a chance to not only graduate from high school, but I had enough units to be a transfer student when I graduated from high school. So a shout out to the dual enrolled students in the audience. Now, when I went on to UC Santa Barbara, I want you to know that that hope, that faith, that dream I had allowed me to achieve 6 college degrees. That little girl from George Washington High School. I received my AA degree that I am so proud of, and I always call it out. When you ask me, what are my degrees? I always call that first, because I'm proud of it. It means something to me. It is my foundation. It will be your foundation. I also call out my 2 Bachelor of Arts degrees, one in political science, one in sociology. I call out my 2 Master of Arts degrees, one in policy and organizational studies from UC Santa Barbara, one in counseling from Cal State Dominguez Hills. And I call out my doctorate degree from the University of Southern California. You see, I am truly you. I am that girl in the audience. I am you, just a few blocks away. My mother drilled into me every day that education is our emancipation, because our ancestors taught us that during slavery, they didn't want us to read or write. That was illegal. No, they didn't want that. But guess what? we learned anyway, and we became the first black president of this United States. We became the first woman vice president of this United States. We did that. You will do that. Don't get discouraged. We will do it again. Our ancestors fought back while we faced Jim Crow laws. They fought back when we were not allowed to vote. They fought back when they tried to make us sit in the back of the bus. Your education, strength, and power instill fear in those who want us to return to an era when we're not allowed to read or write. Yes, the work continues in our fight for equity and equality. We will persevere through this, just like our ancestors did. They already taught us and showed us how. So if you must pause for a moment, go ahead, pause, exhale, reboot, recharge, reset, reprioritize. However, you must continue to educate, elevate, and break the multi-generational cycles and pay it forward and fight for our rights to be at the table and to be on this stage. As the author of your life, don't worry about others' opinions or the trials and tribulations of your past. Push forward. Your environment and these experiences that you've had to have, they made you resilient. Anytime you confront racism, sexism, ageism, gender diversity, and inequities, your environment and all that you've been to taught you how to fight. You will get through this. Be proud of what you've experienced and went through. I am. You have the power to make the experience dark or light. You are the director of your life. As you walk across this stage, I want you to remind yourself that today you are creating a better version of yourself. And we've got you, this entire audience, everyone in this auditorium, your village, has you. And we celebrate you. And we are depending on you to change the world with your resilience, faith, hope, and your dreams. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Smith, for those kind words and inspiring words. Next up, I get to invite Trustee Nichelle Henderson also to give some remarks to our graduates.
I'm sorry, I told Trustee Henderson I was going to introduce her. I don't know if you guys know this, but this is really important because we talk about voting and being out there, but Trustee Nichelle Henderson is also running for state superintendent. Look at your ballot, and you need to mark it.
Good afternoon. My name is Nichelle Henderson. I am a member of the Board of Trustees for the district, and I am incredibly proud to be here. I'm going to give my words in a poem because I am most inspired by the words of Dr. Maya Angelou. I'm going to read to you, Still I Rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Because I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't take it awful hard, because I laugh like I've got diamonds. I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I am a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I hear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dreams and the hopes of the slave. I rise. I rise. I rise. Class of 2026, each and every one of you is the manifestation of our ancestors' wildest imaginings. You sit here today on a step in your journey, and I hope that this is not the last, even if it's the first. Believe in yourselves the way we believe in you, and we thank you so much for trusting the Los Angeles Community College District to guide you, to support you, and take you on the path that you are traveling. Thank you so much. And I would like to take a point of privilege as a member of the Board of Trustees and introduce to some, but welcome to all, our student trustee, Jasmine Francis, who is also graduating with you. I will say this with all sincerity, with all truth, that Jasmine Francis has been one of the best trustees we have had on this board since I've been a member of the board since 2020. When you talk about having someone that stands up for you, that speaks truth to power, that is your voice, it is this human being right here. And I hope that each of you are hoping and praying that the person that you just recently voted for to become the new trustee will be this strong, will be such an incredibly powerful representative of you all. So I give you Jasmine Francis.
I won't take long, I'll be fast. I'm here to stand in front of the students that are homeless, in front of the students that don't know where they might be going after this graduation, in front of the students who don't know how that rent gonna get paid on that first, in front of the students who's advocating and ain't being answered yet, for the students that are ADA compliance and they feel like they're not being heard and represented. I'm here to stand for the students who can't see. I'm here to stand for the students who's able to eat and still figure out their next step. I stand for all students. I stand for over 200,000 students. I stand for you. As redistricting conversations is going around, it's very important that we are in this voting session right now as Democrats. Our history is at the front line, our rights is at the front line, our freedom is at the front line, and like our older generation, like our veterans been saying, it's up to us to make it stay and keep it strong and keep growing. Our advocators that is on this team right now, we have a great front line, but we need more students on the front line because this is our education, this is our next step. I want to remind you guys that everybody who's standing up, not everybody, but most everybody standing up here already have an associate's, already have a bachelor's, already have a doctorate. It's us that's next in line. We have to do the work. So it's up to us to make sure it stands. So I'm hoping you guys, after today, you guys are at that polls, you guys are voting. It's up to us. If we don't vote, that is us, not them. So please take this into consideration, all the hard work you done did for you walk across that stage. That voting is what you're fighting for you to keep going. If you don't vote, we don't know what the next time will look like. We have 3 more years for this hectic. And it's up to us on the next front line to make sure that we are great, we are good, because ain't nobody else going to do it. Do you understand what I'm saying, students? Our next generation is all about us. Get involved, get involved in, find your peoples, and it's time to strike now. My next journey as a student trustee, I'm gonna be at a CSU, and I'll be at Cal State LA running for the CSU student trustee because I wanna make sure our student voices will never be left behind. I also established a Democratic club for students to join so we don't never be left behind. These politicians wanna hear our voices. These politicians want our votes. These politicians want everything. I don't care. What about us? But I need you there screaming that. I need you there making sure before we elect anyone, they understood what their assignment was. We are not a mock system. We are not a game. This is our land. This is our freedom. This is what we work for. We get disrespected every day if you don't start playing with yourself today. Today is the day to stop playing around. Time is never on your side, will never be. Get it together now, fight now, stick together now, and we need everything from the older generation to the younger generation to the middle generation. We need to come together now, and the time is now. We are the next Rosa Parks. We are the next Martin Luther King. We are the next Malcolm X. We are the next history in the making, and I can't wait to see you guys with me on top. Thank you.
Y'all give it up again for Trustee Francis. Thank you so much for that. And now I have the pleasure of inviting up the leader of our district, our chancellor, Dr. Alberto Roman.
Good afternoon, class of 2026. How are we feeling? What they didn't tell me is they're going to put me after the student trustee with that passion. Come on now. Los Angeles City College, East LA College, where you at? Harbor College, Mission College, Pierce College, Trade Tech College, where are you? Los Angeles Valley College, West Los Angeles College. And our host, Los Angeles Southwest College. Let me hear it. It is an absolute honor, an honor for me to stand before you today to celebrate this wonderful achievement. You know, we've been talking a lot about what this represents, but to me, really, this is a culmination of all of your hard work. It represents really a recognition of the shared sacrifices between you and your families, and it represents the beginning of your legacy. I want to give a heartfelt thank you to, first of all, our Board of Trustees, starting with Nichelle Henderson, who's here again, Trustee Kelsey Eno. You've heard from Student Trustee Francis, of course. Our college presidents are here as well, our executive staff, our administrators, our amazing faculty and classified staff who came out to see you. I also want to give a special thanks to our LACCD Queen Mothers. We have three: Trustee Nichelle Henderson, Dr. Tangela Alfred, and Dr. Regina Smith, who you heard from. It's bittersweet for me because Dr. Smith will be retiring at the end of next month, and I want to recognize her for an illustrious trajectory of decades of fighting for student support and student success. Thank you, Dr. Smith. If I could also acknowledge our AAOI members and the Black Student Program leads for Umoja. Any Umoja students here? Amend? MOCAN? All of the programs that have supported our Black scholars. And of course, I want to give a special recognition to Dr. Dion Washington and the Black Graduation Committee. But look, I also want to take a moment to thank all of our elders, our families, our mentors. Thank you for believing in our students. Thank you for that unconditional support. Your love, your compassion has really been at the backbone of student success, your sacrifices, all of the sacrifices that, you know, oftentimes they go unseen, the sacrifices that go unspoken, and the immeasurable amount of time that you have spent to carry our students to this moment. To our parents, our grandparents, our sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, all of you, thank you so much for your unwavering support of our students. You are indeed the village. And students, I'd like for you to please stand, all of you stand, and give your family a big round of applause for the support they've given you over the years. Please, come on. Give it up for them. Give it up for them. They say that the only folks that will never see you with any envy and will always root for your success is your parents and your family. Believe that. Today is about honoring your journey, though. Today is about honoring your growth. Today is about your brilliance, and also for the people that have carried you here. For many of you, like me, you're the first in the family to go to college, and this achievement really represents hard work. It represents sacrifice, discipline, determination, a lot of long nights, right? A lot of early mornings, a lot of moments of exhaustion, a lot of moments of doubt, I'm sure, like I had, moments where continuing forward seemed so hard at the time, but you kept going. And now look at you, look at the room, look at the families, look at this community. This is what Black excellence looks like, right here in front of us. This is what Black excellence looks like. It looks like perseverance, it looks like leadership, it looks like love, and it looks like faith, and it looks like community. It looks like generations coming together to celebrate what is possible when students are given, and let me say this clear, when students are given an equitable and fair chance to succeed. This is what you have in front of you. I know we're celebrating your degree, but to me it's much more than a diploma. For many families here today, this moment changes the trajectory of the entire family and the future generations. It did for me and my family. The moment of celebration for you is also culture, it's identity of people who believed in you, who have invested in you, who encouraged you and reminded you of the limitless potential that you had along the way. And today your success becomes for all of us a source of hope and inspiration and really watching you into the future. But students, I also want to take a moment to truly ask you to take a pause and breathe this success in. You know, so many times in life, we rush to the next goal without really honoring how far we've already become. So today I want you to celebrate fully this remarkable success. Celebrate your growth, celebrate your culture, celebrate your courage, celebrate your joy. Because joy matters. Black excellence matters. Black brilliance matters. And I'm going to say this to you very clearly. Look, your presence in classrooms, in boardrooms, in hospitals, in schools, in every business, in every stage, in every laboratory, and in every community matters. You don't need permission to belong in any room. You do not need permission to belong in any room. Your talent and your intellect and your purpose gives you license to walk into any room and own it. And let me say this to you as we're looking at your younger siblings, the generation that will come after you. Do not underestimate the impact your voice can have in someone else's life. Let me say that again. Do not underestimate the impact of your voice in someone else's life. There are young people here watching you, learning from you, believing in themselves because they see what you've accomplished. Use your success to inspire, to uplift, to empower, and to advocate for others. Look, your Blackness is part of the brilliance that you bring to this world. It is your creativity, your innovation, your perspective, your strength, your leadership. And the world needs it right now more than ever. As Chancellor, I want you to know that this district will continue standing shoulder to shoulder with Black communities and our Black students not just in words. I am committed to ensuring that we increase opportunities, support advocacy, representation, and action for all of our Black students across Los Angeles. So I'll leave you with this, graduates. I hope you leave tonight understanding that your story does not end here. In many ways, this is the beginning, and there are many communities that will be stronger because of your success. And there's an entire generation that will be rising behind you, looking at your success. Class of 2026, let's give it up for you again.
Thank you for those important words, Chancellor Roman, and for your support always. And now I'd like to invite up LA Southwest College's own Vice President of Student Services, Dr. Tangela Alfred.
Good afternoon. I proudly serve as the Vice President of Student Service here at Los Angeles Southwest College. Thank you. I just wanted to quickly acknowledge my colleagues from around the district. So the Vice Presidents of Student Services, please just stand really quickly and do a wave. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for coming out. Thank you, Vice Presidents. As I look out on all of you beautiful graduates, all I can do is just be in awe. I feel like a parent. You all look good. I hope you feel good. Congratulations. We are so very, very proud of you. I have the honor of introducing our college president here at Los Angeles Southwest College. As the president, he is not only a man of integrity, a man of honor, he is also a first-generation LASC alumni. He is a son of the community. I am proud to work with him and report to him as the vice president and as our president. He is accomplished, he is educated, he brings opportunity, extensive experience in higher education administration, and a deep commitment to student educational equity and services. It is my honor and my pleasure to introduce the leader of Los Angeles Southwest College, Dr. Anthony Culpepper.
Thank you, Dr. Alfred. Someone says I only have 10 minutes. So I must do all I can to fit knowledge in it. So I'll speak from the modern to the classic so that you will know that all knowledge is elastic. Times have changed, but they're not that different. Listen to the poet who spit it most recent. This one's for love, for mothers that's grieving. It's for the dreamer in that class that's underachieving. This for believers whose faith is all that keeps them breathing. This the Garden of Eden, this for all of my heathens. D-Smoke. So there's the modern, now here's the classic. I was born by the river in a little tent, and oh, just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it is. There were times when I thought I couldn't last for long. But now I know I'm able to carry on. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it is. So now that you have both the modern and the classic, what's the knowledge? Don't give up until the casket.
Okay, okay, okay. That's exactly what I should have followed up with Ashe. All right. Well, it is my distinguished pleasure to bring up one of your own. She gets to serve as Los Angeles Trade Tech's Associate Student Services Vice. Let me start that again. She gets to serve as the president of the Associated Students of Los Angeles Trade Tech's student government, and I have to tell you, if you think Jasmine Francis is someone that you should follow, Destiny McLemore is just as great. It is truly a pleasure to see her every day and think of her as the next Olivia Pope. So I get to bring her up on stage to give you some greetings. Thank you.
We had to try that again, VC Juice? Really? So, I'm just here to do a roll call of our schools and get our graduates a little hype. But Chancellor Ramon took my spotlight. But we're going to do it again because it's about us today, okay? Right? So, do we have anybody from LA Mission College in the building? Mission College? I see y'all. We out here, though. I got you guys. I represent y'all, too. We're going to go see anybody from Pierce College in the building? We got Pierce. I see you back there. I see y'all back there. I see y'all. Okay, let's spice some things up. Anybody in here from City College in the building? We got City College in the building. Let me see. We got some little guests over here with us as well. Can I see? Is West LA in the building? Is West LA in the building? I see our mascot. We got the Cougars in the building. Wildcats. They're Cougars or Wildcats? Wildcats. I'm so sorry, Wildcats. Let me see. Do we got ELAC in the building? Do we have any Huskies in the building today? We see you, Husky. We see you out here. Is Harbor College in the building? Do we have any Harbor College students in the building? I see you there. I got you right there. I see you. Just two left, right? Hold on, man. Trade. You know I'm biased. Trade is last. Is Valley College in the building? Anybody from Valley College in the building? No, we don't got no Valley. We got you in spirit. I see you back there. Valley College. He said I'm here. I'm sorry. All right, so I'm a little bit biased when it comes to the last two schools. I know y'all hosts, but we're going to call y'all before I call my school. Is Southwest in the building? Do we have Southwest in the building? Yeah. Hey. Southwest, Y'all a little lucky because y'all home base. But I'm going to call out the best college out to me in the district. Do we got Trade Tech in the house? I heard that. Beavers in the house. Yeah, we in the house. We all fam. In the district, we all fam, right? I'll say sister. But I would be wrong to not address some students here today. So I'm going to just call you out. I'm going to have you stand. I see Brittany Wilson, who is the current student body president at Southwest College. That's also my friend right there. That's my real homegirl. I want to recognize Our student trustee, this is one of my friends. I call her all the time with a lot of problems, and we're going to figure it out for you guys. So I want to recognize Francis one more time. I'm just going to call out your school and your president, and I just want you guys to cheer for them because they do a lot of hard work for you guys. We on term 365 days of the year. We do not get no days off. We're required what else we got in our lives. We still here, and we show up every day for you guys, so I just want to acknowledge some of them. We have Cecilia, who is, help me out, Francis, Harbor College. We got Allison, who is East LA College. We got Alexis. I don't know if Alexis is here. She's West LA, but she does a lot for you guys. West LA, give it up for Alexis. We got Melvin, who's Valley College. We got the vice president of West LA behind me on stage. She did the lovely song for us, y'all. We gonna give it up for Ivana for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who did I miss? Oh, that's my homegirl too. How I forget her? We got Ashley from Mission College. We got Kieson from City College. We got Emma from Pierce College. And y'all know me, Destiny from Trey Tech. But I just want to let you guys know this is about us today. I see a little couple frowns on these students' faces. I need y'all to smile because this is our day and I want y'all to take advantage of it. Don't let nobody tell y'all no today, okay? This is ours and we're going to live for it. We did it. It is a lot of hurdles built against us on these institutions. We're not going to act like we don't know that. We're going to honor that and we're going to keep moving past that, okay, y'all? So get to see y'all after and vibe with y'all. But I love you all and I'm glad to see you all here today.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Destiny. So I'll take just a few moments to recognize a few other folks so that we can keep it moving. I know Dr. Tangela Alfred recognized the Vice Presidents of Student Services, which is my team, but we do have the Vice Presidents of Administrative Services and Academic Affairs who are also here, so I want you to take a moment to recognize them as well. In addition to that, this event doesn't happen without the Black Graduation Committee. They have been working for months to make sure that you had the best celebration possible. So if you are a member of the Black Graduation Organizing Committee, please raise your hand, stand wherever you are so that we can recognize you. Thank you for your tireless work to making this happen.
Okay, y'all, so now this is one of my favorite parts of the program. I'm sorry, everything has been amazing so far, but this is the time where we get to recognize some of you students, some of our amazing graduates. And so before I move forward, I'd like to invite up my colleague, Tony Johnson, to join me here on the stage. Yeah, let's clap for Tony, come on, y'all. So, my colleague Tony is joining me because we are going to recognize a few outstanding students. I mean, we have a ton of outstanding students here today, but we have a few of really amazing students that were selected to be recognized through the AAOI scholarship. And so I just want to call them out first. If you're here with us today, that's Christian Bozeman. Are you here? Stand up. All right, shout out to Christian for winning the AAOI scholarship, as well as Corey Braggs. Corey, you here? Okay. And then we also want to recognize Jada Conley. Jada, are you here with us? Okay. So these three outstanding students competed across the district through all the students. We had hundreds of students that applied and they were selected for the AAOI scholarship. So I just want to also say thank you to all the students that applied for the scholarship, but those three outstanding students really were superior and in terms of the writing, not anything else. And so we just recognize them and honor them. And so now moving forward, we are also going to recognize two amazing students, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about them in a second. But before we do, I just have my colleague Tony here with me because we have a special surprise for them. You're going to hear from two outstanding students that competed to be honored speakers for the program here today. And so you will hear their speeches. But before we get to them, we want to recognize one other student that's here with us. This student, you didn't have the pleasure of hearing his speech, but it was outstanding. Our graduates were very fortunate to be able to hear his speech in the holding room prior to the beginning of the program. So I want to welcome up Dominique Merritt. Dominique? So Dominique, we have a little something special for you. On behalf of the Black Faculty and Staff Association, we want to make sure that we recognize your excellence, not only in your speech, but definitely in the fruits of your labor here at Harbor College. So Dominique, thank you so much for truly exemplifying being blossoming into greatness. So, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Should I read it now?
No. Thank you. So the next student I'm going to call up, you're going to hear their speech, but we're just going to give them their little recognition and award first. But I'm going to call up Divine Sadiq Dubar. Come on up, Divine. So Divine, or also known out at Pierce College as Sadiq, is one of our honored speakers today, and so we're just going to award him first, and then we're going to hear his speech in just a second. So on behalf of the, On behalf of the Black Faculty and Staff Association, again, thank you so much for your excellence, for all that you bring to Pierce College and everywhere you go, and most certainly for the wonderful speech we're going to hear this afternoon. Thank you. Okay. You can step back. I'm going to call you in a second. And then finally, we're just going to award very quickly our amazing speaker that's going to be following Sadiq. We're going to ask Destiny McLemore, come on up here. Yes. So Destiny is another one of our honored speakers today. And again, again, on behalf of the LACCD Black Faculty and Staff Association, congratulations to you. Thank you so much, Destiny. We just appreciate all that you bring to Trade Tech College, to the LACCD, and the excellence you exemplify every day. So congrats. Thank you. All right, y'all, let's get to the part that I've been waiting for. I'm super excited because I've heard these speeches, and these are some outstanding students and outstanding speeches. So let me tell you about our first speaker, Divine Sadiq Dubar. So Sadiq Dubar is a business administration student with an emphasis in digital marketing within the Los Angeles Community College District at Pierce College. Sorry, I'm from Pierce, I love Pierce. So he is a seasoned barber, designer, and creative with experience serving high-profile clients, including cultural icons and influencers connected to figures such as Muhammad Ali, Nas, and members of the Wu-Tang Clan and Mobb Deep, as well as professional athletes. Through his work, he has developed a deep understanding of culture, image, and influence. Sadiq combines his creative background with a strong focus on entrepreneurship, ownership, and community impact. His work centers on building platforms that create opportunities, preserve cultural value, and generate long-term sustainability within underserved communities. Throughout his academic journey, he has remained committed to discipline, growth, and aligning his natural talents with purpose. Sadiq continues to develop a vision rooted in creativity, ownership, and creating pathways that empower future generations. Please join me in welcoming up Sadiq Dubar.
Good afternoon, everyone. Students, AAOI board, the Moja program, distinguished contributors, honored guests, and of course, the elders. So what does it mean to me about blossoming into greatness. I just want to say it's an honor, of course, to stand in front of you today, not just as a student, but as someone who understands and what it takes to get here. For many of us, this journey wasn't simple, it wasn't straight, and it definitely wasn't easy. When I hear the phrase blossoming into greatness, I don't think about perfection or having everything figured out. I think about growth. I think about the pressure. I think about becoming something greater than what people expected from you, and sometimes even what you expected from yourself. The truth is, a lot of us didn't start in environments designed for us to win. Some of us come from communities where resources are limited, where opportunities aren't always visible, and just having to navigate through the systems that weren't always designed with us in mind. And still, we made it here, y'all. That, to me, is a form of greatness. Not just a destination, but it's the process of it. And part of that process is understanding what it really means to grow. When we talk about blossoming, we're talking about something that's natural. We're talking about something that takes time. You can't rush it. You can't force it. You can get frustrated. Sometimes you get frustrated during that growth, and you want everything right now. But growth doesn't happen like that. You can yell at the dirt, you can kick the dirt, but you can't make anything grow. All you can do is water it, shine on it like the sun, and trust that God is going to do his work through you. And over time, without even realizing it, you begin to unfold into something greater. You begin to unfold into your greatness. For me, being part of the Los Angeles Community College District has been more than just attending classes. It's been about discipline. It's been about staying committed when life outside the classroom didn't pause. It's been about pushing forward, even when things felt a little uncertain and the future didn't always look clear. And with the path ahead didn't always come with instructions. And I know I'm not the only one who has experienced that. Everyone here has their own story. Every person here has had moments where quitting would have been easier, but you didn't. You kept on going anyway. That's what blossoming looks like. It's not always pretty. It's not always happens on your timeline, but it happens when you stay rooted. And being rooted is something I really want to speak on, because as black students, as black graduates, we come from a culture that has shaped the world. Our creativity, our style, our voice, our influence, they move industries that shape conversations globally. But all too often, what we create leaves us. Our ideas get taken. They get taken, repackaged, and monetized, and we don't always see the benefit of what we start. So when I think about blossoming into greatness, I don't think about just personal success. I think about ownership. I think about awareness. I think about making sure what we build we can also benefit from that. We're not just participants in the culture, y'all. We're the architects of it. And it's time for us to move with that understanding. That means learning not just how to create, but how to sustain, not just how to express, but how to also protect, and not just how to hustle, but how to build something that actually lasts. Because of greatness isn't just about getting somewhere, it's about keeping and passing it on. It's about creating something that can impact the next generation, support our families, strengthen our communities, and that's what real power is. And at this moment right here, graduating, it's not the end of our journey, y'all. It's a transition point. It's the moment where we step into the next, even if we fully don't know what that looks like yet. And let's keep it real. Not all of us have everything figured out right now. Some of us are still trying to understand where we fit. And that's okay, especially in a world that's changing so fast, with technology evolving so fast. Industries are changing and shifting. Opportunities aren't being defined. But what I've come to understand is that when we equip ourselves with the knowledge and more so the right knowledge that aligns with our natural gifts, that the more the opportunities that we are able to create for ourselves. Not just wait for, but actually to create. All that is important because the reality is this. We're stepping into a world that's not always designed to hand us opportunities. We're hearing more and more about merit-based systems. We've seen support systems shift and change. So what does that mean for us? That means we got to be sharper. It means we've got to be more intentional. It means that we have to understand the power of ownership, skill, and independence. At some point, all of us are going to have to tap into like our inner entrepreneur, where that's either building a business, creating multiple streams of income, or simply just taking control of our own path. We can't really rely on the system alone to define our future. We got to build it. And the good thing is, we already have what it takes to do that. The same discipline that got you here is the same resilience that's going to keep you going, and the same creativity that lives within our culture. Those are the exact tools we need to succeed moving forward. So to continue to grow, continue to build, continue to stay rooted, and whoever you are and wherever you come from, and most importantly, make sure what you create in this world doesn't just pass through your hands, but stays connected to your purpose. Because that's how we succeed as individuals, and that's how we elevate as a people. So I just want to send a congratulations to all of y'all. Put your right fist in the air and say, we made it. Yeah, Ashe. Last thing I just wanted to say in regards to this sister with the voting. What if we all voted for one person and we all had the same vote? Block votes matter, y'all.
Thank you so much for that, Sadiq. And so if you haven't figured it out as yet, the theme of today's event is Roots of Resilience Blossoming into Greatness. And so you're hearing speeches from our honored speakers that go with that theme, because we thought that theme really represents all of you, greatness. And so with that, I'm going to introduce our next speaker. So I have the pleasure of introducing Destiny McLemore. Destiny McLemore is a I ain't never scared leader, advocate in the room, and her peers' biggest cheerleader. Her campus and community work centers on centers on social justice, student rights, and community partnerships. She currently serves as the Regional Affairs Director for Region 7 for the Student Senate of California Community Colleges, where she provides educational planning and advocacy oversight to 14 community colleges. Ms. McLemore also serves as Los Angeles Trade Tech College's ASO President. Some of her accomplishments include hosting a luncheon with the sheriffs to strengthen the relationship with students on campus, a student gala that celebrated LA Trade Tech College students and their achievements, and creating the LATTC cheer team to support the athletes. Ms. McLemore also sits on the college's executive committees to advocate on behalf of the student body. Destiny has also made significant contributions to the Umoja program. She currently serves as LATTC's Umoja High Council as the right-hand woman and student coordinator, and recently presented on Student Leadership in Action at the Umoja Conference. In 2024, she was chosen as Umoja Student of the Year. Ms. McLemore's past leadership roles also include serving on Trade Tech College's ASO Vice President and Black Student Union President. When she's not becoming the next Olivia Pope, Destiny is fully committed to her studies, enjoys spending time with her son, and is the definition of living every second to the fullest. Destiny's future goals include attending law school and becoming a political fixer and consultant. Join me in welcoming Destiny McLemore.
Hey, y'all. Good evening, everyone. To my fellow graduates, my community, my family, today we're not just celebrating degrees. We are celebrating survival, resilience, and the journey that brought us each year. When I heard the theme, Roots of Resilience, Blossom into Greatness, I didn't just hear inspiration, I heard my life. Because before I ever stepped foot on a college campus, my roots were already being formed. Not in comfort or stability, but in uncertainty. As a foster youth, I didn't grow up with a clear roadmap for what my future would look like. I didn't have a consistent guidance or someone always there to tell me everything will be okay. I had to learn early how to survive, how to adapt, and how to keep moving even when I didn't know what the future looked like. Then at the age of 17, while I was still in high school, I became pregnant. In that moment, everything changed. My life stopped being just about me. I became responsible for another life, a life that would depend on me for everything, and I would be lying if I said I wasn't scared because I was terrified. I was terrified I would not be a good enough mother. I was terrified I would not be able to provide and create a stable life for my son. But in that fear, something else began to grow. Responsibility began to grow. Purpose began to grow. Love began to grow. And my son became my reason to keep going. He's the reason I believe my story could be different. But life didn't get better after that. In fact, it got harder. While I was trying to raise my son, stay in school, and figure out how to build a future for us, I was also battling cancer. At that time, I was grieving the loss of my father. In the most painful moments of my life, I was the one who found him. I was the one who tried to save him, and I was the one who had to accept that I couldn't. Even in that heartbreak, I did not have the space to fall apart because I was still a mother, still a student, still the glue holding my family together. There was days I didn't know where we were going to sleep, days where I moved place to place trying to create stability out of nothing, and days in me when everything wanted to stop. But resilience does not come from easy moments. Resilience comes from choosing to stand when life is trying to bring you to your knees. Through the fear, the grief, the pain, and the homelessness, but most importantly, the uncertainty, I kept going. Not only did I keep going, but I started to rise. At LACCD, I found more than just an education. I found my voice. I became a leader, an advocate, a representative for students who felt unseen, unheard, and overlooked. As ASO president, as Black Student Union president, as leader in Umoja, as regional affairs director representing 14 colleges, as your new vice president for the state of California of the organization that has the official vote for 2.2 million community college students, I stepped into rooms where I once felt I did not belong in, and I spoke. I spoke not just for myself, but for students like me, students who come from difficult circumstances but refuses to let them circumstances define our future. Through this journey, I realized something important. Greatness is not where you start. Greatness is what happens and what you become despite where you started. Our roots do not always look pretty. They are buried in struggle, in pain, in loss, and in moments that no one else sees. But those roots are what makes us strong. You cannot blossom or bloom without first being planted in the dark. All of us sitting here today have roots. Roots of resilience, roots of sacrifice, and roots of strength. None of us got here by accident. We fought to be here. We pushed through obstacles, doubts, responsibilities, and hardships to reach this very moment. So as we cross this stage and step into our next chapter, we must not forget where we came from, what it took to get here, and who we had to become along the way. Our stories, our struggles, our resilience are not something to hide. They are our power. They are proof of our strengths. They are proof that we are capable of overcoming more than we ever imagined. And then if there's one thing I hope you all remember after today, It is, you are not defined by your hardest moments. You are defined that you made them through them. We are not just graduates. We are proof that even in the darkest soil, greatness can grow. So congratulations, class of 2026. We did not make it. We blossomed. Thank you.
Let's hear it one more time for our honored speakers, Destiny McLemore and Sadiq Dubar. So I don't know about you all, but I'm inspired. I want to go back to school and get me a degree. I just might. So just as a reminder about our tickets, we're going to be giving out tickets for the meals after this event is over. We're going to have food, etc. outside, and we'll be giving out meal tickets. So if you will just be so kind as to make sure that we're in order, and we'll be disseminating the tickets when our students process out. And so without further ado, I'm going to invite up Dr. Juf to take us to our next thing.
All right, y'all, we didn't want you to be here and leave here empty-handed. So we have some certificates for you. We're going to be recognizing every single one of you. So that we can move into that part of the program, I'm going to ask those sitting on the stage to step back and inviting Ms. Ingram to take off the stage from here.
All right, class of 2026, make some noise in the building. Yeah! Congratulations to every one of you. Listen, the time has come for you to get your certificates. We are ready to acknowledge you. Come on, make some noise in the building. Yes, 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 yes.
Keep it 100, I be feeling like
ask the college presidents to come and join me on the stage at this point.
These niggas finally understand.
Your busy body giving me life, oh.
All right.
Hey, life, hey. Why you do me like
Name
Joanna?
callers, please join me on stage.
Joanna.
If you are a name
Why you do me
caller,
like Joanna?
please join me on stage at this
Joanna.
time.
How you gonna do me like Joanna? Joanna. Hey, Joanna. Hey, Joanna. Joanna. Ay, ay, ay. Hey. How you gonna play me like Drogba, ho? How you gonna do me like Drogba, ho? Oh, DJ Drogba, ho. Hey, DJ Drogba, ho. Joanna, your busy body busy tonight. Mad. Joanna, making all the dummy tonight. Joanna, your busy body giving me life, oh. Hey, life, hey. How you do me like Joanna? Joanna. How you do me like Joanna? Joanna. How you gonna do me like Joanna? Joanna. Hey, Joanna. Hey, Joanna. 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 Why you do me just like that? I gon' give you all my loving. Love me too, I love you back. Joanna. You be the man, them sugar. Oh, hey. Give me your goodie bag, I want your goodie bag, baby. Mad. Give me your goodie bag, I want your goodie bag, baby. Big package, hey. How do I manage? Hey, you gon' make me turn savage. Hey, body cause damage. Hey, Joanna. How you do me like Joanna? Joanna. How you gonna do me like Joanna? Joanna. Hey, Joanna. Hey, Joanna. Joanna. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, how you gonna play me like Drogba, ho?
Can you hear me?
Do me like Drogba,
Class of 2026, how you doing? Class of 2026, how you doing? Class of 2026, how you doing? Come on now. This is what you've been waiting for, this day right here. Okay, all right, listen. We got music, can you bring it down a little bit? We got one request. After they call your name, please be seated. Because we have a special guest in the house that is anxious to talk to all of y'all, and y'all gonna wanna see this one. So please do not leave. Please be seated. Family and friends, give us a minute before you go to dinner. family and friends. Give us a minute before you go to the after party. Graduates, you're gonna be happy when this is over. On that note, let's go.
Vicky Elliott. Destiny McElmore. Divine Dubar. Dominic Merritt. Sakara McGahee. Priscilla Outlaw. Jason Torres. Tymesh Michaela Jones. Alexis Williams. Jabari Donaldson.
Trustee Jasmine Francis.
Tyrone Jones. Julie Chance. James Morris. Lisa Tupo. Brashay Boyd. Kendria Lloyd. Danisha Brooks. Kaylin Barnes. Khalil Red. Pam Licavoli. Armando Torres. Deja Slaughter. Nicole Goss. Hannah Bautista. Heaven, Nevaeh, Buffy, Moore Anderson. Talia Young. Devin Farmer. Brienda Parnell. Caden LaFlora Cherry. Darlene Moore. Nyla Luna. Jazz Monet Moran. Brittany Wilson. Mia Scott. Aaliyah Banner. Edward Henderson. Ronisha Williams. Ladae Bell. Brittany Washington. Zuri Baptiste. Sharon Green. Cynthia Martin. Lovey Johnson. Tsunami Glover cum laude. Alexis Poston. Camilla Patterson. Celisa Mitchell. Samantha Boone. Leah Miner. Tia Rushing. London Stone. Jasmine Sanders. Treasure Boy. Aisha Martinez. Krishana Reed. Keisha Goldbolt. Kalandra Adams. Ciara Nelson. Antoine Burrell. Tynesha Johnson. Melvina Johnson. Sarah Ware. Antoine Lark. London Batiste. Kimora Langford. Inaya Davis. Christiana Ravenel. Lanita Lisby. Mia Johnson. Sharina Alinda. Jacinta Nakintide. Justin Gemelli. Deontay Rogers. Troyette McGee Cano. Tiana Hart. Dorian Franklin. Nathaniel Sargent. Matthew O'Neill. Chase Walton. Soraya Pasha. Rashawn Ross. Tammy Fair Crockett. Keisha Patterson. Shonda Evans. Adina Harris. Natasha Poe. Derwin Jaycox. Lacole Robbins. Tyrone Cohill. Joseph LeCount. Jordan Hunter. Abdul Hafiz. Michael Randolph. Brittany Lowe. Gigi Jones. Joshua Enriquez. Kimberly Edwards. Kenneth Davis. Deja Don Dozier. Andra Wyndham. Unique Jean Charles. Kaya Crawford. Ernisha Wayne. Yolanda Woodard. Alexander Osei. Janai Newell. Alicia Lewis. Zayla Wilson. Shannon Williams. Adriana Bennett. Tierra Cunningham Stokes. Simone Smith. Brittany Color.
Hi, everybody. Just another reminder, we do have D Smoke who is coming to speak to you all. So please, 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 I know you want to take pictures with your families and celebrate, but please, please, please just bear with us a little longer while we have D Smoke come and talk to you all, and then we will let you all go. So please, please, please go back to your seat so we can continue with the show. Thank you.
Candice Harris. Jack Miller. Hillary Williams. Trina Derrick. Besant. Deshaun Wright. Jamila Jones. Talia Eggland. Amanda Nibona. Ethan Hackett. April Johnson. Sinead Johnson. Derisha Hawkins. Keisha Barrow. Melody Rachel. Gianni Mercedes Jackson.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming down to our last few names. Please remain seated. I promise you don't want to miss the special guest, okay? Okay? All right, he's coming.
Jamisha Ellis. Taveen Coleman. Francisca Nwako. Heidi Salah Whitson. Kanisha Starks. Latia Anderson. Kyoto Dunlap. Erica Fashawn Meeks. Stacy Smith. Denise Johnson. Ann Bailey. Brendan Dutch. Tiffany Walker. Shawnee Smith. Edmund McDuffie. Anise Hammond. Elise Abraham. April Jordan. Tatiana McDonald. Shaquana Rudolph. Lauren Hooks. Diana Cabazare. Christopher Kanzira. Tamika Hillman. Davion Lewis. Cynthia Dungo. Aisha Sands. Michaela Jenkins. K.D. Morris.
Again, if we can ask you to take your seats, we just have one more quick little surprise for you, and you're not going to want to miss this. Please take your seats.
Keep it 100, I be feeling like who? Nobody. These niggas finally understand when I land, I'm the man. Fuck you thought this was, nigga, from Japan to the land. Suckers know what's up, nigga, I'm praying they overstand me.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Every kid need a hero, I'm trying to be Uncle Stanley. R.I.P., all I see is concrete. Burn rubber glass splattered on the concrete. I heard love lives matter, so my heart beat. Blood dripping live patterns, so my ink writing red when it's splattered. Don't flatter me, nigga. Save your compliments. Already know that my flow is bomb and shit. We could toast to our old accomplishments, but I'd rather coast, move forward and talk my shit. They told me eat smoke, take your time, it's a long dinner. Eat smoke, take your time, it's a long dinner. Eat smoke, take your time, it's a long dinner. There's one queen and a few brothers, the Last Supper. Keep it 100, I be feeling like.
What up, y'all?
Campbell soup over white rice.
Yeah. How y'all feeling today? So I got this speech prepared, but I just want to take some time out to feel this energy in the room. Can y'all make some noise for yourselves real quick? Man, this takes me back to one of the proudest moments of my life. When I looked out, I was at the African graduation ceremony at UCLA. And the beauty of a ceremony where it's primarily us is that we get to be ourselves. You know, we get to celebrate ourselves and we get to do it our way. So as I look out and see all the different colors, all the different, we got the Kente touch added to everything we doing. It's so beautiful. So make some noise for yourselves. Now to the prepared speech. Also, I heard that you don't get a meal ticket unless you stay to the end. So y'all don't be walking out on my speech, all right? No, but it's good to be here. So, good evening, scholars, survivors, lovers, leaders, creators, and everybody else. It is my absolute pleasure to be here with you. I don't stand here as someone who has all the answers for you, but rather someone who has been fortunate enough to see hard work, principle-centered living, and God's love all converge in the form of realized dreams. I've stood in the middle of answered prayers, many of which came at the expense of nightmares that I survived. I've known both success and failure very well. I know love and loss, and I know that to experience one is to better understand the other. I don't stand before you perfect, but rather human. Some of you may know me and many of you may not, but before the world discovered me as an artist and an actor, I was an educator. As an educator, a principle that guided my approach to teaching was that students are not blank slates. They all come in with a wealth of knowledge, stories, and experiences that can enrich the collective experience of the students and the teacher alike. That being said, I know you all are young, talented scholars and professionals with experiences of your own. So before I jump into any formal speech, I'd like to take inventory. Let's see who we have in this room amongst us. We're gonna do a quick activity, an icebreaker, if you will. So I'm gonna make some statements, and if those circumstances apply to you, I want you to raise your hand and say aye. It's real simple. Y'all got that? All right, let's try it. If you've ever told someone you love them, raise your hand and say aye. Okay, good. We got some good people in here, no maniacs in here. If you've ever failed before you got it right, say aye. Okay. If you've ever felt like you weren't good enough, say aye. Okay. If you've ever stubbed your toe and wanted to beat up the bed frame, say aye. Okay. Just checking if y'all still alive with me. If you've ever been disappointed by someone you love, say aye. If you have a loved one that's currently behind bars, say aye. I. If you ever had your heart broken, say I. And if you've ever laughed until tears rolled down your face, say I. I knew y'all was a crazy bunch of people. No, so now if you said I to any more than two of those questions, then more than likely you're human, and we have a lot in common. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself. I was born October 17th, 2005. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna tell y'all when, I'll let y'all use your imagination. But my earliest memories begin with my brothers and I making collect calls to Mule Creek State Penitentiary to call my dad, who was locked up at the time. You see, he was in prison for crimes he committed to sustain his addiction to crack cocaine, which at the time hadn't got the negative stigma that keeps many of us from trying it because it was the new drug on the block. My mom, who was only 6 months sober when I was 4 years old, took on a job as a minister of music and made her life's work helping other people connect with an almighty and loving higher power, thus realizing their power within. Despite my father's absence, we lived in a house full of love, but stepped out daily into a hostile world that cared very little about our triggers and sensitivities. Your bald-headed granny got stains in her panties. One time a kid said that to me, right? And I would respond, I don't care. I see my granny all the time. Well, your mama, and I would respond again, I see my mom every day. I don't care, just don't say nothing about my dad. And after several rounds of this, he looked at me and I guess he got bold. You know that audacity that somebody get when they just want to try you? And then the kid was like, well, yo, daddy, wop, 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 wop. Got right on him, right? I must have been 7 years old. And next thing you know, I was either sent home early or waiting in the office after school. And this became a regular thing, since my mom rules made fighting to defend yourself not only acceptable, but an expectation. I'd come home to a meal and love. Now let's fast forward, past my father coming home clean and being a mentor, teacher, and friend. It's my senior year in high school, and I accept a full scholarship to one of the most applied to schools in the world, UCLA. I'm sure some of y'all might be transferring to UCLA. Is there anybody transferring to UCLA in here? There we go. Somebody was like, in Jesus' name I will. Okay, Dominguez, all right, Dominguez. You can transfer there too. She back there banging on me. Dominguez is where we, all right, for sure. So, back to UCLA. Now, picture this. It's my first week at UCLA. I was the kid from Inglewood, and I arrived with cornrows in my hair, Chuck Taylors, and a black hoodie. I got looks from the other students, even the black and Latino students, like what is he doing here? He want to be gangster at the best school in the nation, right? So naturally, I felt like I had something to prove. And in an entry-level English class for incoming freshmen, we were all taking turns reading, right? With each of us reading one paragraph. You know, so you know when you're reading, you count ahead to figure out which paragraph is yours, and you skim through it to make sure you know all the words, right? I did all of that, right? So then finally my turn came, and I was reading as clearly and eloquently as possible, you know, enunciating every syllable, right? All up until I got to a word that I thought I was pronouncing correctly. And I read, and he was the epitome of brilliance. And not a second later, this light-skinned dude from the suburbs said, epitome, right? And my heart sank. I cried on the inside as I mumbled through the rest of the paragraph, ashamed and ready to drop out before fall quarter even started. Fortunately for me, I did not drop out. I continued this quest of trial and error until it ultimately afforded me a degree in Spanish literature and a job at the university as the director of an outreach program called SHAPE. And SHAPE stood for Students Heightening Academic Performance Through Education. And our mission was to get, is some SHAPE people familiar, huh? Yeah, let's go. Our mission was to increase access to higher education for students of color. So while I executed my vision, all the while I executed my vision of building an independent label that ultimately gave the world artists like Sir, Tiffany Goucher, Davion Ferris, and D Smoke. I went on to teach Spanish at Inglewood High School, Westchester High School, View Park High School, and Augustus Hawkins High School. Fast forward again. Now, after being nominated for 3 Grammys, touring the world, and working with artists from 4 different continents, after filming 4 seasons of a show and starring in movies, my years in education are still some of my proudest and most meaningful years as a professional. For me, education has answered the question that many successful musicians and actors still ask themselves today. What is it all for? In everything I've created, have the ripples of the splash that I made affected people in a positive way? Have I inspired, uplifted, or informed another human? Or have I done harm and experienced victories at the expense of others? Everyone needs a why. And in education, I got my why. To uplift and empower others and to build community by creating authentic art that tells true stories. So, and I'm getting to the end of it so y'all can get to y'all food, so bear with me. There's been one tool that has helped me be more effective in accomplishing my mission. One of my favorite books is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. So in 30 seconds, since you already did 2 years, at least 2 years of studying, I'm gonna give y'all the Cliff Notes with the hopes that you'll read it yearly as a reminder of your own potential. Everybody put one finger up in the air. 1, habit 1, be proactive. Say, be proactive. If you wait until somebody has to tell you what to do, somebody will always have to tell you what to do. If you want to be independent, you have to be proactive. And it's a reason that that's the first habit. Habit 2, everybody put 2 fingers in the air. 2. Everybody say, begin with the end in mind. In the book, they talk about a visualization exercise of what you want to be said about you when you leave this earth. If you start with that and then work your way backwards, you'll be able to align your days in a way that help you live according to your purpose and mission. Put a 3 in the air. Everybody say, put first things first. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all come from households that wouldn't let you go outside and play if the dishes wasn't done, if you know what I'm saying, if your stuff wasn't together. There's a correct order in which things should be done, and if you make a habit out of doing that, you know, it won't come back to bite you. Everybody put 4 in the air. Everybody say, think win-win. A lot of us are indoctrinated in the idea that in order to win, somebody else has to lose. Right? In sports, it's that way, right? If I'm a boxer, I have an opponent across the ring. My job is to make him lose, even if it means his family sitting there crying and I knock this man out. If I knock him out, that's a victory. However, in the world, in business, in the professional world, there's always a mutually beneficial outcome. So when you search for a mutually beneficial outcome where you accomplish what you set out to accomplish and somebody else also achieves their goals, you've created a win-win situation where you're not winning at someone else's expense. Put 5 in the air. Habit 5. Everybody say, seek first to understand, then to be understood. How many times have you watched people argue and they're both kind of right? But because they're so intent on getting their point across, they're missing the other person's perspective. So that is a very powerful one where you'll be able to create lasting bonds and relationships with people if you seek first to understand. There's always that person who's a beautiful listener where without saying anything, you just feel heard, seen, and understood. Habit 6, everybody say synergize. If I had to have one favorite word in the English language, it's probably synergy. Synergy is the idea that 1 + 1 is more than 2, right? What you get when you put 2 people in the room is greater than the sum of their individual parts. That means there's what I have, there's what you have, and then there's this special energy that's created by combining us. It's almost like a third person in the room. So when you make a habit out of synergizing, you can create beautiful outcomes. And then habit 7 is super important. Everybody say sharpen the saw. So that means you are your greatest instrument. You can't go too long without taking care of yourself, eating healthy, getting your feet in some grounding, all the things that you know to do, hydrating well. Stop drinking that cheap ass, what is it? Purified water. Get some alkaline water or something in your system. Take care of yourself. Stop eating the processed foods. Take care of, and I don't like to get preachy, but if my mom were here, she would, because as black people, a lot of times we do stuff out of like things that we learned in an oppressive culture when we can be more progressive and take care of ourselves. So sharpen the saw, take care of yourself because you are your greatest instrument. So now in an attempt to, if in an attempt to encourage you all, I gave you the impression that the journey will be without obstacles, allow me to apologize. Nothing can be further from the truth. Life guarantees us both change and hardships, among other obstacles that we must navigate. And given that we are a diverse community, predominantly made up of people of color, and when I say we, I'm talking about us. Y por supuesto estoy incluyendo a mi gente latino, y yo sé que después de eso, muchos de ustedes me van a preguntar, ¿de dónde eres? ¿Cómo aprendiste español? Y solo diría, usa tu imaginación. But again, we, black people, diaspora people, brown people, indigenous people from every continent, make perspective your superpower. Oftentimes we find ourselves stuck in a dichotomy, a way of thinking that traps us between 2 extremes. In a rapidly changing and growing world, many would have you to believe that you must fit into 2 polarizing positions. When they tell you you must be either a consumer or a producer, consider being a conduit or a connector. So in conclusion, I'm here to congratulate you all. You've done something remarkable in your journey. And while we talk about the power of purpose, let's not forget the power of words. My late and beautiful mother said in her book entitled Harmony that one of the most powerful phrases in the English language is I am. So as a collective, I'd like to exercise the power with you all today. If you would all repeat loudly with me so that the surrounding community can hear, perhaps we can inspire this neighborhood and the next city over. I am brilliant. I am resilient. I am 100. I am a million. I am love. I am light. So in the presence of professors, faculty, staff, beautiful families, I would like to salute you, the graduating class of 2026. God bless y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep the claps going. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And they're moving.
I don't remember which one it was, but synergy is the one that sticks with me. Because with all of you in the room, I can only imagine the impact that we'll have. Thank you very much, D-Smokes, for those impactful words. If I could have Dr. Dion Washington join me here on stage. On behalf of the Black Graduation Committee, AAOI, and the LACCD District, we wanted to thank you for your tireless efforts in putting this beautiful event together on behalf of all of our students.
Thank you. I'm so very proud of you all. We love you so very much.
And in closing, I also get to invite Dr. Regina Smith back up to the stage, to the mic, sorry.
Thank you, Dr. Juve. First, I just wanted to give everyone a round of applause. Thank you for staying. I don't know if we had a chance to acknowledge our fabulous presidents that show up every day at every program that we have. On behalf of African American Outreach Initiative, I want you to know that I see you, I appreciate you, we respect you for showing up and being there for all of our programs. Please give them a round of applause. Presidents, let them know you're here. I'm gonna ask Dr. Washington to come up to the stage. And I just wanted to, I don't know if you guys know, in the elders category, we have my 93-year-old mother, but we also have a 97-year-old mom. Miss Patterson, raise your hand, let them see you. So we got 93 and 97-year-old in the elders corner. Anyway, on behalf of African American Outreach Initiative, we appreciate you for being with us and going through this journey and all the activities that we've participated in. Thank Dr. Rahman, Trustee Henderson. We want to thank all the trustees that supported us and helped fund us to make sure that we can have events like this. It is truly a labor of love. It's a lot of work. And I want to pass the baton back to Dr. Washington to say a few words. Love you.
We just want to let you know that on behalf of the committee, we've been working on this for a whole year, and we really just want you to have a good time and know how very proud we are of you and all the work that you've done to get to this point. We celebrate you on today, we honor you on today, and we love you. Thank you.
All right, 2026 Black Graduation Class, congratulations.
Congratulations, that's it. You're free to leave.
There will be celebrations and libations and food outside, so please join us. I believe your tickets are being given to you as you're exiting the door. Please enjoy and...
Too short to my baby day bell. Too sure you were gonna day bell. Straight forward, I no get to kill. Go yeah yo, go say go. 247 me a day yo. You know strong, make you do for day kill. Mungo no ori me day yo. Can't go, Moduro can't go. Oti beti moti sanleo. I've been active, I jam me sare o. Mo be one sare o. Hey.